Hey y'all, my name's Lisa, and today I'm going to be showing you how to make a melt-in-your-mouth and impress all of your friends dessert. It's going to involve two things: my specialty, truffles, and the way too delicious for its own good because I'm going to eat it all, Philadelphia cream cheese. To begin with, I'm going to have 2 glass bowls, and inside each glass bowl I have a 1/4 cup of white chocolate melting wafers and 1/2 cup of milk chocolate melting wafers. The reason I use the white chocolate and the milk chocolate is because I paint a design on my truffles with the white chocolate in order to identify that they are Philadelphia cream cheese truffles and not chocolate ganache-filled truffles. To begin with, you want to melt them, which is why I use glass bowls. Now, if you're going to melt them together in the microwave, cook them for about 3 rounds of 30 seconds and mix them with a fork after each round, okay? Now, I have finished taking them out of the microwave. Be careful, those are probably hot, and you want to make sure that you do not overcook them because that will ruin with the melting chocolate. So to begin with, I have my mold. It's a 6 truffle mold. I hope you can tell that they're just kind of little bulbs, I guess would be the correct term. I don't know. I'm going to have a paintbrush right now. It's a clean paintbrush, one that you probably will only use for food, not a painting paintbrush. Now, there are multiple different types of designs you can use. I have them right here on this plate. So those are what the designs look like. Those are just a couple that I personally like and will use. Now, I'm going to use my favorite, which is the smiley face. And when you paint onto the mold, you're just going to go directly onto the mold. There's nothing in between the melting chocolate and the mold, so you don't want to spray it with ham or anything. But you want to make sure that the white chocolate, if that's what you're doing as your design, is going to be thick, because after you've painted it and it's cooled, you're going to be painting over that with the milk chocolate in the other bowl, which is why you cooked more of it, and that's going to be going up the sides, and you don't want it to ruin the design or show through whichever design you choose. So I hope you can see what I'm doing. Just little dots and a smiley face. There. Now, we've done that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a spoon and scoop it up from the back and place that into the bowl. I'm going to go back from where the first one that I started with, and use the back of the spoon to put the chocolate along the sides. The reason I'm using the back of the spoon to scoop it in is you don't waste as much of the milk chocolate trying to get it into the molds.
So you just want to make sure that you try and get all of the air pockets out. And just continue going through until you've covered all 6 of the truffle holes. Now, when you're putting it in there, make sure that you don't dig in too deep to bring the chocolate up from the bottom, because you do have the white chocolate on there, and when you put the milk chocolate in, it's warm and will melt the white chocolate again, even if it's already hardened in the mold. The other thing is you want to make sure there's a liberal amount of chocolate on the sides. It's important. And just check. I've now finished filling the molds, so the entire inside is coated with chocolate, and on the outside you can see my little smiley faces. Now, in order to get these to cool and harden, I will be putting them in the freezer for 10 minutes. I'm going to go do that right now, and then I'll show you how to make the filling. Now it's time for the filling. In a bowl, it doesn't matter what kind of bowl, just a large enough bowl for what you're doing, you are going to have 4 ounces, so half of one of the regular packages of Philadelphia cream cheese. You want it to be at room temperature. The next thing that you're going to do is you're just going to add 2 more ingredients to your cream cheese to make a filling. Here I have baker's sugar and 1 tablespoon measuring. You don't have to use baker's sugar. You can just use regular granulated sugar, which is a little bit coarser, and it doesn't matter due to the fact that you are adding a little bit of liquid, which is 1 teaspoon of half and half cream. That was spilling all over the place, but it will absorb the sugar, and the liquid that is currently in the Philadelphia cream cheese will also help melt the sugar. It's like when you put it in water. Well, I just have a fork here, and I'm just mixing it. The sugar, it makes it sweet. Well, sweeter, I guess, because it is way too delicious for its own good, because I will eat it all, cream cheese. This doesn't help it. I continue to want to eat it all. And you just want to mix it with a fork until it's creamy and consistent. Now you just want to wait until the mold that you have made is frozen, hard, either way. You just want to wait. And then you will be filling it, putting a top on it. Well, bottom. I guess it's the top of the mold, but the bottom of the truffle. Either way, what's it really matter? You'll finish it off, freeze it again, and then eat them. Okay, so I have my own camera woman, and I accidentally did not press record for a small section. So now I'm just going to explain what I did, because that's really all I can do. I took my mold out of the freezer after 10 minutes, and it was thick. You can see on that side, and now I have them filled. During my 10 minutes, I continuously beat it until it was a nice creamy mixture. Then I used the spatula and the fork and pretty much my entire bowl of filling to actually fill it. Now, I hope you can tell, but I didn't fill the cream cheese filling all the way to the top of the truffle, but I got really close to the top. Now that my chocolate is all melted, and again, make sure that you don't burn yourself on the glass bowl. I've been dealing with way too many hot things in my life that I have almost become immune. Almost. Still hurts. Now I'm just going to use that fork or that spoon from earlier and put chocolate on top. Now I have a spatula, flat edge spatula that I use for decorating cakes, but you can just use a regular knife. And what I'm going to be doing here, I've already put it on one thing, is I'm going to be smoothing out the edge and just kind of pushing the chocolate off to the side. Trying to put it on another one, I guess. You want to make sure that the bottom is smooth across the bottom, but that there is still no cream cheese showing. And the reason you do want a flat bottom is so that they actually sit flat and they look all nice and pretty. There, now that they're full and I've smoothed off the bottom, I will be putting them in the freezer for another 10 minutes. This will harden, set, and then you can pop them out and enjoy. Now that these are done being in the freezer for 10 minutes, I will be taking them out of the mold. This one I'm just breaking off the sides just a little, cleaning it up, and you have yourself a nice little truffle. And remember to smile when you eat them because they're good. That's why they have a little smiley face. Enjoy.